Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and we have made it. Actually, we haven't, but we're towards the end of the year. We're almost in the last quarter of 2025. And with that comes the typical video of what I would like to read before the end of the year. I told myself before this year began that I was not going to wish away this year and then this year happened. And I'm like, this year, it's the worst. Do y'all remember that song in 2020 that came out? And it was like low-key 2020, still sad, still ain't got no money, right? That's how I feel about 2025. But high-key 2025, still sad, still ain't got no money. I ain't gotta watch up on my wrist. Right, like my husband's gone, my dog died. This is terrible. Do not recommend. So I'm ready to see this year out. Goodbye. But before we get there, there's things to do, including reading. And so there are some books that I would like to get to. Will this all happen? Will I get to all of these? Probably not. Why? Because my brain, right now, I can want to read a book. And I could get that book tomorrow and my brain will be like, girl, we don't want to read that. So this is hopeful, wishful thinking, if you will. So the first one I wrote down was The Minders by John Mars, and this may seem random, but I have this year read 2 more books by him, and then reading those, I realized like they were all kind of interconnected. You could read them all as standalones, but they're all in like the same world. And if you read them in order, you will know things that are being referenced or certain incidents or people. So when I looked on Goodreads, it has the series as The Dark Future. And so the one that got made into a Netflix show was the first one I read. So I almost read them in order, except I skipped one. So there's The One, The Passengers, The Minders, The Marriage Act, The Family Experiment. And I literally read The One, The Passengers, The Marriage Act, The Family Experiment. Like in that order. So now I'm going back to number 3 to read The Minders, and then I think I might make a little video about it because I have so much fun with these books. So that'll be the last one in that series. I tried to find if he had any other plans to write any more in like this Dark Future series. I didn't see anything, but he could. So that is one. God Killer by Hannah Kaner, because this book, the next time this library hold comes in, I have to read it or cancel the hold. It's getting ridiculous at this point. When did this book come out? I think it was on my anticipated list the year it came out, which I think is now a couple of years ago. It's getting ridiculous at this point, Jessica, and I've been trying to be better about holds that I keep delaying to either read them or cancel the hold. But I do want to read this one because when I did a try a chapter challenge weeks ago, I'll link the video. This one had a really strong first chapter and second chapter, and then I got to the third one and I was like, wait, I'm kind of confused. But anyway, it had a really strong start, so it's one I wanted to read. So next time this hold comes in, I have to read it. I have to. The Will of the Many, because I read this book, I had this plan, I made these notes to do this big like review video so I wouldn't have to reread it, and then I never filmed the video. And I had made the notes like a month after reading it. Anyway, I have now purchased a copy of The Will of the Many, this nice floppy paperback, and I'm gonna go reread it, note it, tab it, and film a video or recap. So in case you don't want to reread it, you can have that also for myself. And on this list also would be The Strength of the Few, which is the follow-up that comes out in November. Here's the problem. I have this in floppy paperback. Unfortunately, when I looked on Barnes & Noble and on bookshop.org, it has it as a hardcover. I do not want a hardcover. So I don't know what I'm going to do because I want to read it when it comes out so I can like talk about it with people, and also while this is fresh in my mind, even though I am going to film the recap video. So like obviously I can get it from the library, but then I can't tab it up to do another recap. Anyway, that's a problem, okay? This is why books should come out in paperback first. Sorry. So The Will of the Many and The Strength of the Few. Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. I had this on my anticipated reads. I think it was supposed to come out last year and I feel like it got pushed back. And then it might have got pushed back again. Anyway, that's just one I wanted to get to. I have it on hold at the library. I really loved the first one, which was the somebody's a regular society of irregular witches or something like that. I loved it. I'm hoping that I enjoy this one just as much, fingers crossed. So I don't know much about it besides, wow, I didn't even tell you what these other books about. Anyway, but I don't know much about this one except that something with innkeeping and a witch. You know, Witch's Guide to Magical. Okay, that's all I got. I have on here technically Onyx Storm, and it's technically because Robin and Ray somehow came up with this idea, this thought that I was supposed to read Onyx Storm so I could tell them what happened, and I don't know how we got here. And I said I would do it by the end of 2025, and it's now September, and I'm like, but here's the thing, I DNF'd Iron Flame. So anyway, moving on. Sunrise at the Reaping. I don't remember when this came out. Does it come out this year, last year? I just need to read it. I read the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I did not love that, and I never watched the movie. Will I watch this movie? I don't know, but this story being focused on Haymitch sounds more appealing than Ballad of Songbirds focused on snow. And I've heard a lot of positive reactions, especially from people who also read Ballad and didn't love it as much. So I need to get to it, because before Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, what was that, 2020, 2021? I reread The Hunger Games. They hold up. One of the best. One of my favorite series. So I definitely want to read this one because I do love Haymitch. So again, another library hold. Sister Wife by Christine Brown Woolley. So if you've ever listened to me and Mara Watoot, if you don't know what that is, I can link that channel. You know that we have talked about Sister Wives extensively, have watched it for years, and Christine has left Cody and she's remarried. So this book is supposed to be like her tell-all. Now, I'm not going into this thinking she's gonna lay like all this dirt clean, one, because I feel like we've seen a lot play out over the many years they've been on TV, from the reunions, from social media, all the things, and I unfortunately know a lot about them. So I don't know if it's gonna be some really like shocking, but I'm still going to listen to the audiobook, and then if there's anything worth talking about, I'll share it with Mara on our podcast channel, and you can hear it there. But yeah, I'm not gonna get my hopes up thinking it's gonna be super scandalous or anything, or a lot of new information, but hopefully it's interesting enough and we do learn new things. So we'll see. Another one that I just need to stop putting the hold, I need to stop extending the hold, is Refusing Compulsory Sexuality by Sharonda J. Brown. I think this is one of the few books that I brought with me. So I have the physical. It's a nonfiction book, and I like to do audio and physical together. And so that's just one that I know the next time my hold comes in, bitch, I need to go ahead and listen to it. I can't tell you much about it besides it's about refusing compulsory sexuality, you know? House of the Beast by Michelle Wong. I have a arc of this. This already came out in August, but I feel like I have a physical arc. I should read it. I don't know much about it. I know there's like some illustrations in here. And I think this is a dark fantasy debut. The Legend of Korra graphic novel illustrator Michelle Wong, this is about a young woman who strikes a deal with a mysterious and alluring god to seek revenge on her aristocratic family. That's interesting. Deals with gods have the potential to be really good. Sometimes but they have the potential to be really good. And then also, I don't know if this is categorized as young adult. This is Harper Voyager, so this might be adult. I think so. But I think we need more drawings and illustrations in adult works. So maybe this will be a good time. That would be really nice and refreshing, because me and fantasy, we haven't had a good year. So maybe this can be a good one to finish off the year. Lastly, one of the last ones is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. This one I had heard of, and then I feel like it blew up on Book Talk. And there's a lot of varying opinions. Like some people saying, oh my God, I keep thinking about this book. It's just like such a masterpiece, and other people being like underwhelmed by it. And I think it's kind of a dystopian. I think it was originally written in French. Maybe, I know it's translated, but it says deep underground, 40 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, the women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival of the strange world that awaits them above ground. So this says, oh no, that was about the author. So it says haunting, heartbreaking, post-apocalyptic novel. So post-apocalyptic, not dystopian. But I literally keep hearing about it, and it's another one where I'm sick of seeing the hold come in. I just need to fucking read it so I can make my own opinion on it, because that's what you do. But this one is one that's seems polarizing, and I'm interested by the premise. And I always want to read more translated work, so I'm definitely going to try to tackle that one. Those are like the top ones that come to mind. I have so much, right? Like I have these physical books that I brought with me. Oh, here was the copy of Refusing Compulsory Sexuality, a Black asexual lens on our sex-obsessed culture. I also have Say Nothing. This is about the troubles in Northern Ireland by Patrick Radden Keefe that I need to read. I have Thick by Tressie McMillan Cottom here with me. The Road to Unfreedom by Timothy Schneider. This is about Russia, Europe, and America, and I still have not gone back to Jesus and John Wayne, how white evangelicals corrupted a faith and fractured a nation, because when I was reading this, I mean, when is this not extremely topical? So I just have to, power through. But those are, I think these might be the nonfiction that I brought with me, and I would love to get to them. And then I have a few fiction books that I would like to read, but never ending, because library holds. More books keep coming out. There's library holds, there's Kindle Unlimited, there's fan fiction, there's reading slumps. So who knows, right? I'm gonna try my best, and we'll see what gets read. So let me know if you have any plans, anything you want to finish, a series that you would like to finish by the end of the year. Are you working on any kind of reading project? I know a lot of you ambitious people are doing the hardest reading challenge, the hardest reading you'll ever challenge, the hardest challenge you'll ever read, wherever. And shout out to y'all, because I could not me. So that's it. Wish me luck. Tentative eyeballs. What? I don't know, y'all. My reading has just been so weird. But at least I can listen to audiobooks. For a while, me and audiobooks were struggling, but recently I've been able to get back into those. So we'll see. And then I should have also added onto this list, I have many a book that is in my Patreon TBR jar, but I choose those every month. So who knows what's going to be next. There were 2 books that I already forgot the titles of that I can add in here when editing that I'm supposed to read for September. So then that'll be October, November, December. I've been trying to do I've been doing between 2 and 4. Probably for the rest of the year, I'll just stick to 2 per month. So there's more. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturize, and our sunscreen. Wait, not or. Stay blessed, moisturize. Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturize, and sunscreen. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.